The town used to have a bus. Just one. It ran twice a day, once at dawn, once at dusk, connecting a handful of people to the world beyond the hills. But that was years ago. Now the bus stop sign stood crooked, its paint peeled, and the road beside it cracked like old skin. Yet every morning, before the first light touched the roofs, a dog walked there. He wasn't young anymore. His fur was graying at the muzzle, his gait slow but steady. He'd reach the stop, circle once, then sit always facing the same direction, as if the road ahead still held a promise only he could remember. No one knew his name, but everyone called him Station Dog. The old grocer across the street said he'd been coming for years. He used to wait with someone, she'd tell newcomers. A man who took the morning bus always patted the dog's head before leaving. Then one day, the man didn't come back. But the dog, he never stopped waiting. Every morning, the sound was the same. Paws brushing dust, a small sigh as he settled down beside the bench. Sometimes, he'd close his eyes, as if the rumble of engines might still find its way through the silence. When the wind picked up, the old schedule board rattled softly, still showing a route that no longer existed. The townspeople got used to him. Kids on their way to school would stop and scratch behind his ears. The mailman left him biscuits. Even the stray cat from the bakery window would wander close, just to nap beside him in the afternoon sun. He never chased her away. He just waited. Rain came. He'd wait under the bench. Snow fell. He'd curl up beside the signpost, his breath fogging the cold air. In summer, he'd lie in the shade of the awning, ears twitching at the distant hum of trucks that weren't buses. And every time, when a vehicle slowed nearby, he'd stand alert, tail low, until he realized it wasn't the one. The town changed slowly around him. Shops closed, windows boarded up, then reopened as something else. New people came, asking why there was a dog always sitting by the road. Old ones just said, "He's waiting for the bus," and left it at that. Years passed that way. The dog's fur thinned, his steps slowed, but his eyes, those stayed bright, as if time itself couldn't touch the thing he was looking for. One winter, the grocer noticed he didn't come. Not in the morning, not in the evening. She waited another day, then another. On the third morning, she saw him again, moving carefully down the road, slower than ever, but still coming. He stopped at the same spot, sat down, and looked toward the bend. Like always, that afternoon, a tourist bus, not the bus, just a passing one, broke down at the edge of town. The passengers got out, stretching, complaining about the heat. One of them, a boy, pointed to the dog sitting still under the faded sign.
Hey there, boy.
"Does he belong to anyone?"
What are you waiting for?
"No," said the driver. "He belongs to here." When they fixed the bus, the boy knelt beside the dog and patted his head. For a moment, the old dog lifted his eyes, and maybe, just maybe, he thought he saw the face he'd been waiting for. His tail thumped once. Then the bus left. Dust rose, drifted, and settled again. The road was quiet. That evening, the sun turned the whole town gold. The grocer closed her shop early and crossed the street. The dog was still there, head resting on his paws, eyes half closed, as if the long wait had finally become a dream. She sat beside him for a while. Neither moved. The air was soft, and for the first time in years, she thought she could hear the faint echo of an engine somewhere far away. Not real, maybe, just memory. The next morning, the bench was empty. The sign creaked in the wind, but the grocer found something under it. A single paw print in the dust, and next to it, the torn corner of an old bus ticket, faded, unreadable. She smiled quietly, whispered, "He caught it after all." Weeks later, the town decided to repaint the bus stop sign. Not because buses ran again, they never would, but because someone said it didn't feel right leaving it broken. They fixed the pole, straightened it, and beside it, they placed a small plaque that simply read, "He waited, and somehow, so did we." Now, travelers still stop to take photos. Sometimes they leave treats, or a stick, or a flower. And on quiet days, when the wind blows just right, you can almost hear it. The faint sound of paws settling in dust, and the whisper of an old bus that's finally arrived.